Video for the 20th of July 2026. I'm making this video in English specifically for a overseas listener, and I'm going to read it because my English is not well enough to speak it. So I've done I put it together with the help of artificial intelligence to polish the script that I'm reading from. And it's specifically for Nathan Humbert. So if you are a friend of Nathan Humbert, or maybe an enemy, I'm not really picky, please let him know about this video. Because this video I make because I was told to do so. So I'm going to read it for you. This is a voice note that I'm making for Nathan Humbert, a dear, kind, and humble man. I am not a native English speaker, so I've asked artificial intelligence to help me put together a video for you based on the information I need to present. I had a dream on Wednesday morning, the 8th of July 2026. In the dream, I found myself on a small farm with you and your people, Nathan. I saw many children there. I was speaking to you and I recall eating at your table. Afterwards, I went to sleep. Within the dream itself, I fell asleep. And while I was sleeping, I dreamed again that I was still with your people. Many others arrived and joined us. They all sat around a table and I was speaking to them, explaining the end time events, connecting different prophecies and weaving them together with biblical prophecy. It was a logic apocalyptic timeline, the kind of view the Bible presents, but what we already see playing out in reality all over again. Then I woke up within the dream, and I came back to where you and your people were sitting at a very long table, and I said to you, you must sit down now, because I need to explain to you this very important timeline of events. So it was a dream within a dream. Now, this is very important because the Bible tells us if we've got two of dreams that are more or less the same, like Joseph. Like Joseph. Joseph had, the king. Pharaoh had two dreams. And in the one dream, he saw the cows and the whole story about the cows coming from the Nile. And then he had another one about the corn. And it's two dreams, but in fact, it's one dream that was repeated two times. And if you read that part of Joseph and the Pharaoh, Joseph says that. He says, this is two dreams, but it's in reality one. So I've got a dream within a dream, which means I have to do this voice note. I have to do this preaching for you in as soon as possible. So it took me more than a week to put this together with the help of artificial intelligence. And the dream ended. First of all, to me, this is a direct message from Jesus himself. I am a Jesus believer. I believe my Bible. I understand a great deal about the scriptures, and I've studied the prophecies extensively. Both the Old Testament and the New Testament, especially the book of Revelations. And then I've studied a lot of other prophecies, and I keep hearing a lot of other prophecies which surrounds the Bible prophecies, but we are not always sure where they fit in. And I make it my business to try to get this timeline or prophetic events line to get it right. Now, what I want to explain to you is this. I usually work on the principle of 2 or 3 witnesses. That means that if I see something and something else has seen, someone else has seen the same thing, or if there is confirmation from another source, I take it seriously. So in most cases, I will give you 2 or more witnesses to a certain prophecy. Sometimes you will see I will use Nicolaas van Rensburg, the seer. You will know about him. You also had a vision about him, Nathan. And then I use Jan de Villiers. I'm going to put the links in the description so that you can look this up for yourself. And I would appreciate very much if you can go through that. You don't need to take my word. Please go through the links in the description. Then there's St. Paisios. There's a lot of prophecies. Brandon Bix is another one. Some stuff that I saw So I tried to get a cloud of witnesses to explain this prophetic events timeline. So, Nathan, I am aware of the prophetic voices in South Africa. I know about our prophet Nicolaas van Rensburg, and so do you. You also know about him. I have watched many of your videos over the years. I listened to a great deal of your content when you were still active on the internet. I made it a point to go through the material and explain it to my people on WhatsApp. And I made quite a few videos on TikTok, which I put on YouTube, about your prophecies, and then I explained it to my people. There were several videos where I used your information to show that what you were presenting, which is very accurate, aligned perfectly with what our prophet Nicolaas van Rensburg saw here in South Africa, as well as with other prophetic voices. So I know that you see a great deal, and I'm grateful to be able to speak to you today, or speak with you today. I want you to hear me out. I know that we may not be on the same page regarding certain aspects of Bible prophecy, but that it is precisely what I need to explain to you. And I will make a second video. I've got, I did a whole explanation of Daniel, verse by verse, which a long time ago, 10 years ago, for my people. It's in document format. And I can send it to you. Somebody translated it for me a long time ago, so I can send that to you. It's in English now, so I can send it to you. If you ask, I will put my email in the description, and we can talk about it. Everything, all the knowledge that I have, I can send to you. Some of it is unfortunately in Afrikaans, so we will have to make a plan to get it in English. So let me start again. So I know that you see a great deal, and I'm grateful to be able to speak with you today. I want you to hear me out. I know that we may not be on the same page regarding certain aspects of Bible prophecy, but that is precisely what I need to explain to you. This is not a casual conversation. This is a task, a command from Jesus himself. And it's not the first time that he asked me to do something like this. He has done it in before and in the past, and now, yeah. Now, usually when he gives me a job like this, I try to do it. It's usually something that I don't like to do. And so it's effort from my side to go and see people and explain to people, usually people that don't want to know the information I present. But anyway, that is my task. I will keep my side clean. Now, on the internet, there are various videos of mine, preachings that I've done on and about Bible prophecies, explaining them to my people, but they are almost all in Afrikaans. I have 2 YouTube channels and 2 TikTok channels, but the content is mostly in Afrikaans. So I need to do this for you in English, and that is why I'm using artificial intelligence to help me with the language so that it flows. Otherwise, I'm going to get tired. Afrikaans is my first language, English is my second, so please forgive me if some of my words are wrong, or if I stumble, or if I repeat. Now let us start with what we see in the Middle East. Let us anchor in the reality and go from there. Eh? Let us start there, because this is reality. This is what we see on the ground right now. This Iran situation with the United States. The US cannot get out of this Iran conflict. They are trapped in this war, and it is only getting worse. And we need to understand something important. I call it the Jewish state because they are not the Israel of the Bible. They are Edom. Now, I'm going to talk a lot about the Jewish state so that you just know that is what they call Israel today, which is not Israel. Okay. So I see that there are various preachers on the internet who are beginning to grasp this great truth, that the Jewish state is not biblical Israel. One person who speaks about this is Rich Tidwell, and he makes very interesting points and very good videos that you can go and look on YouTube. But here is what I want you to see. If you look at the Middle East situation, it is easy to see that the US cannot extricate itself. It's getting worse by the day. The Strait of Hormuz is still effectively closed. Now that is since 28th of February. Or it permits only a few ships to pass. And it's beginning to look to me like this war is going to involve troops on the ground, perhaps in Iran itself or on some of the islands in the Persian Gulf. And I believe this is something that I saw. I saw that the American soldiers will have GI Blues and are not going to fare well. I think we are going to see a slaughter of American soldiers maybe very soon. This is something I saw. I saw it on the 1st and 2nd of March. God gave me two dreams. On the 1st of March, God told me to go and look at Elvis Presley and Billy Joel that sang about the blues. Now, it's not, no, both of these singers sang in the time of Vietnam. It's not singers, artists that I really regularly listen to. But when I looked, they did sing about the GI Blues. Elvis Presley is one that made a very well-known song about it. And then the other one was Billy Joel. I had to look for it, but he did make a song about it. And it's about the aftermath of Vietnam. So this GI Blues has to do with the war that the USA has got itself into, and it's going to eat up soldiers, like in that time. And I know in Vietnam, I think 50,000 US soldiers died, which is a very high price to pay for a war that made no difference. Now, the second dream, on the 2nd of March, God said to me, go see what Anwar Sadat said. Now, I had to Google all of this. Anwar Sadat gave a speech in the Knesset, the Jewish parliament, where he references a verse in the Old Testament that specifically said, woe to those who talk peace, but war is in their hearts. And this pertains to the USA and the Jewish state. That cannot be trusted with any agreement, MOU, anything. You cannot trust the USA or the Jewish state. And by now, even the Russians and the Chinese knows it. The US and the Jewish state cannot let Iran run and control the Persian Gulf or the Straits of Hormuz. It will make Iran rich and the dominant power in the Middle East. It will also make the Gulf states independent of the USA and Israel military power and weapons. It will kill the USA petrodollar. And the USA will fold economically. The US can't get out of this war. Jewish state won't let it. They want to be the superpower in the Middle East and soon in the world. We see America's strategic oil reserves are dangerously low. We see the same problem in Europe. And at the same time, the Jewish state and Netanyahu in the Knesset is on a roll with these wars against Syria, against Lebanon, Gaza. And for that very reason, Iran does not want to make any peace. They are holding the Straits of Hormuz tightly. This is a very important thing we need to see. The Third World War has already begun. It began in Ukraine with Russia, and it is directly the fault of NATO and the NATO countries, Europe and the United States, where they used Ukraine as a proxy to engage Russia. And we see that Russia is winning the war in Ukraine. It is going to get worse. Russia is going to take a great deal of territory, and there's a very good chance, according to prophecies I've heard and seen, that they will take the whole of Ukraine and maybe more. Now, here's what we need to understand. There is a 3-year period that has already begun. It started in January 2026, and it will run through 2027 and 2028, up until the month of November. So this is a 3-year period that is going to play itself out in the Middle East, in Europe, in Africa, in Eastern Europe, and in the Western world, the USA, Canada, Australia, New Zealand. We are going to see it everywhere. This is a 3-year world war, but it starts gradually. It does not explode all at once. And the reason I'm giving you this 3-year timeline is because we have 3 witnesses for it. First, Brandon Biggs gave us this timeline. He said that these 3 years are very important. I listened, I remembered, and I thought, okay, let's see. And then someone of the people on my groups, on my WhatsApp groups, came to me with a very clear dream. She was sitting at a table with Isaiah 23 open before her, and she saw the calendar. And that calendar ran from January 2026 until November 2028. Now, she had this specific dream on the 25th of December 2025. And then we've got a third witness. Let me just finish reading here. Third, by that time, by November 2028, we will have a turnover to a very new era, a golden era, a time of peace all over the world. And the reason is because there will be so much destruction. And those big powers will not be there anymore. And the Jewish state will not be there anymore. So there will be peace because there will not be a system to make wars. So when we have this 3-year period, and the Bible tells about it in at least 2 or 3 places in the book Isaiah. There are more places, but in the others it does not give us a specific time frame. So in Isaiah 7 and Isaiah 8, it doesn't give a specific time frame. It just explains to us about the small boy and the age of the boy when he can say mom and dad, when he can see right from wrong. Okay, it has nothing to do with Jesus. It has to do with this end time period where the new covenant must take place, must be put in place for the restoration of Israel here in South Africa. And it's something that you saw that. Now, it's a long explanation, but there are at least 2 places where he gives us the time and he says it's a 3-year period. So in Isaiah, he talks about a 3-year period where he sees the destruction of the Moabites. Now, the Moabites are the Saudis, Qatar, Bahrain, Oman, all those states there, they are the Saudis, the Moabites. The Edomites, we know, is the Jewish state. The Ammonites are Turkey. And then we get the Palestinians, which are a mixture between the Philistines and Ishmael. Yes. So he sees this destruction of Moab in a 3-year period. And he sees the destruction of Cush and Egypt also in a 3-year period. Let me read. And in this 3-year period, we will see a great destruction of African countries, Egypt, the Middle East, Europe, and beyond. We are going to see the Third World War unfold. So these 3 years are very important in Scripture because they are the last 3 years. Now, if I talk to you about the last 3 years, it's the last 3 years before we go into a new system. All right? It's not the coming of Jesus. There is no rapture. This is a period where the world will destroy itself and God will come and bring a great destruction on earth according to 2 Peter 3 and so on. So it's the last 3 years of the period that began with Noah's flood. So this time period is now at its end. So it's a interesting time to live. And it's all about Revelation 6, 7, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. Okay? So we are going to see those chapters are being played out. I will explain this to you a bit later if you want to. If you want more information, I would gladly send it to you and I'll explain it in detail. It's a bit troublesome for me, this speaking in English. It's like birthing a baby in English, but it's okay. I will do it and I don't mind. Now, what I want to explain to you first is the crisis in the Middle East is bringing in China and Russia. Everyone can see that, and Turkey as well. Turkey is now the new Iran for the Jewish state. They have said it very clearly, and I've said that there will be a war between the Jewish state and Turkey. We are saying this for the last 2-3 years. We are speaking about this war between the Jewish state and Turkey that is coming. And you can be sure the USA will also be there. And then we are going to see this war escalate into a world war. Then we will see this war move into the Sinai Desert. It will go into Egypt. It will go to the Suez Canal, the Nile. It will go into Syria, Damascus. Yes, we are going to see the greater Israel plan unfold. And this will truly be the cataclysm that pushes us into the Third World War and drives Russia into the Middle East. Now, the way this is going to unfold was told to us by the prophet Nicolaas van Rensburg. And he explained something very clearly to us. He said that Russia will run through Turkey in a very short time and into Palestine. Now, I went to look on the internet for more information on this. Now, most of the so-called prophets on the internet will tell you that Turkey will be destroyed by the Jewish state and that God will intervene and send his angels, but that is not true. There is, however, a prophet from the Greek Orthodox Church. His name was St. Paisios. He was already an old man by the 1980s and 1990s. So he's not with us anymore. And he brought a very true prophecy for this time, what we already see playing out. And because his prophecy says the same as Nicolaas van Rensburg prophecy, we've got two witnesses. All these other witnesses that speaks of the Jewish state and how they're going to, how God is going to intervene and it's going to be an Armageddon. It's going to be something very close to Armageddon, but there won't be Jesus and these angels there. I promise you that. And that is something that most people don't understand because they are very brainwashed by the churches. Now I'm going to look for that description, that link to this St. Paisios prophecy. It's just 5-6 minutes on the internet. I'm going to look for it. Maybe I can still find it and I will put it in the description. You can listen to it by yourself. But St. Paisios made a very, very important prophecy in the 1980s about this crisis in the Middle East. He said that the USA will attack Turkey. Now, at this stage, it does not look possible because of Trump and his relationship with Erdogan. But it's going to change. It will change because of the Jewish hand in American politics. So the USA will attack Turkey, but before that time, it looks like there will be a huge earthquake in that area. Turkey is known for its big earthquakes, and this is all connected to the movement of tectonic plates that are rolling westwards. Most of them are very far along on this timeline. Africa and the USA are the last two that will move westwards, but they cannot move without breaking, and they tend to turn and then they rupture. So we will see a rupture in Africa from Sudan, through the Red Sea, through Somalia, all the way down to Maputo, and we are going to see huge earthquakes even through Johannesburg. This was prophesied very, very clearly. It will look much like we see in the movie 2012, where the earth pulls apart with these huge cracks. The first big one we will see will be through Cape Town. Koeberg nuclear power station will overheat and explode much the same as Fukushima in Japan in 2011 after a huge earthquake. The USA will send troops to help. It's going to be a catastrophe. Now, our prophet Nicolaas van Rensburg saw it. I saw it. Lots of others saw it. There is or was a Facebook website dedicated to all those dreams and visions of this earthquake and tsunami and explosion. I still have it on PDF, so I can send it to you on email. It will also be in a time of big power grid failure in South Africa, and in a time of revolution. And we will see in that time that Suidlanders will do this strategic move of white refugees and people fleeing and moving to the Northern Cape. Now, the same will happen in the USA. The places where it will pull apart are the Mississippi and the San Andreas Fault in California. There are quite a few faults there. We are going to see the earth rip apart, and on the Cascadian subduction zone, we are going to see a huge earthquake and a massive tsunami. Like I said, it's the last 3 years. So all these prophecies of the Bible of destruction of earth, destroying the Babylonian system, the Baal system, we will see it in this 3 years. But all of this is part of the birth pangs, the groaning for a new earth or a very changed earth, as Hebrew 1 foretold. So God is not going to give us a new earth. So earth will be changed by cataclysms, like he has done with the flood, and like he has done in Genesis 1 verses 2. So he changes the earth by destruction. Then there's new continents and new islands and new valleys and rivers and mountains, etc. And he's going to do the same. Last time was with water, and this time will be with fire, and then we will see the tsunamis and earthquakes and asteroids, meteorites coming in. So he's going to give us a new earth on earth. He's going to change it through cataclysms, earthquake, asteroids, and more. And I think you have already seen this yourself, Nathan. I think he has shown you all of this, but it's not the end of the world, and it's not the return of Jesus yet. It is that we are moving into a new era, and in that era there will be peace. Why? Because there will no longer be a Middle East as we know it. And there will no longer be a Jewish state, or a Washington, D.C. military state, or a City of London banking state, or a Rome Vatican state. The Catholic Church will survive and will unite with Islam. But that Rome city will be totally destroyed because of that, lots of volcanoes that will start pulling apart and blowing out. And the Bible says that very clearly in Revelation 16. It talks about this time of darkness that will be over the throne of the beast, where the beast is the Catholic Church. So let's get back to this big Turkey earthquake. According to what one of our prophets saw here, Jan de Villiers, he has a site on YouTube, World Events and the Seer van Rensburg. So look for World Events and Seer van Rensburg and you will find it. He also put up a blog. YouTube gave him too much troubles, but there is already a lot on the YouTube channel you can go through, a lot of his videos. And it's all in English. According to him, 250,000 will die. And this will destabilize Turkey a lot. So somewhere down the line, we are going to see that earthquake. And I believe it is a precursor to the war with Turkey. The USA is going to get angry with Turkey. And I think it has more to do with the bigger globalist plan. Because it's about the Montreux Convention. Now, the Montreux Convention is the one that regulates that straits from the Black Sea to the Mediterranean. And the USA wants to close that strait. They want to close it to keep the Russian fleet in the Black Sea. They want another government in Turkey, a puppet government that will not stand in their way. This is the globalists. One who will be pro-NATO, who will start a war against Greece, as says St. Paisios, for that 6-mile disputed border in the sea. According to the Montreux Convention, Turkey can close the Bosporus Straits if they are in a war, according to Jan de Villiers and St. Paisios. Now, okay, according to Jan de Villiers, USA will bomb Turkey. Turkey will shut down their jets. USA will lie about the casualties. The Jewish state will have to help USA in this war against Turkey. It's all about locking the Russian fleet in the Black Sea, and Russia will have none of it. Why? Because the USA and the Jewish state are going to keep launching attacks on Iran. But those attacks are not going to be successful. It's going to get worse. There is a very good chance that the Jewish state will use maybe something like a nuclear weapon or cause a nuclear station in Iran to explode. I think there's a very good chance that we're going to see that. And it's something that St. Paisios said. In that time, we will see more attacks against Iran. Attacks so severe that Russia will decide they need to get through the Bosporus into the Mediterranean, but they will not be able to do so. And Russia will say enough, and then Russia will make war against Turkey. But it will be a very short war, 2 or 3 or 4 weeks, and it will result in the total destruction of Istanbul. Jan de Villiers saw a vision of Palmyra. It's an old and ancient destroyed city sitting on the major trade routes. So there's only ruins about. If you go look, there's nothing there. It's only ruins. But he saw Palmyra. And God showed him the Muslims all over the world in great sorrow. And when I read this vision of him, I said, well, it's not about Palmyra because it's already gone. It's not there anymore. It must be about Istanbul and the destruction of Istanbul. And that will make, he says, the Muslims all over the world were in deep, deep sorrow, and they were crying. I interpret it as the destruction of Istanbul. He says Islam was crying with great sorrow. Now, according to St. Paisios, Russia will take Turkey and give a part of Istanbul back to Greece. They will be very happy. In this war, 5 to 6 European nations will fight and lose. Think it's Britain, France, Italy. Don't know about the rest, but it's not Greek. Greek is not part of this war. So in this war between Russia and Turkey, Istanbul falls. Istanbul, before it was Byzantium, and Constantinople was always a bone of contention. Russia takes it over, and that huge Turkey army falls under Russia's control. According to Jan de Villiers and Brandon Biggs, Turkey will beat the war drums. We already see it. Under Russia's control, we will see Turkey paving over the USA's roads. A metaphor, according to Jan de Villiers, of Turkey changing the military systems and the footholds of the USA in the Middle East and in Northern Africa. And they will, in that time, move down to Southern Africa. So we're going to see Turkey becoming a huge player on the world stage. So Russia will move through Turkey with its troop carriers, its cannons, its full military force, and it will advance into Palestine. Now this, Jan de Villiers saw in great detail. He had a vision about the effect on the USA, how people all over the world, all over was watching the TV screens, like in the time of 9/11. So people in the USA, in the bars and all over, they were watching the TV screens, how Russia is moving through Turkey into the Middle East. And the USA were very afraid by that time. And in his vision, he also speaks to an American woman about our prophet Nicolaas van Rensburg. And she could see through his eyes what Sieur van Rensburg saw, and it was so upsetting to her, she collapsed. And then he says 75% of the USA will be destroyed by Russia and China. USA will lie open. She will not be able to defend herself. I will put the link of this video in the description below. So this movement of Russia into the Middle East will have huge consequences. Before I explain further, I want to tell you our prophet Nicolaas van Rensburg saw a great war in Egypt. God showed me a Mini, the vehicle, an old one in a dream. And the Mini was made in 1956. And it was about the 1956 war for the Suez Canal. That was the reason they made the Mini, because there was such a shortage of petrol, fuel. And the 1956 war for the Suez Canal, Britain, maybe France, and definitely the Jewish state will fight over the Suez Canal again, like in 1956. Britain controlled it through 2 world wars. They want to do the same again. The Jewish state wants to move its borders to the Nile, so they will be in alliance with Britain. We know now that the Jewish state attacked Egypt in that time because it was part of the agenda of Britain and France to take over the Suez Canal again. So I think by the time Russia will move to the Middle East, maybe this war will be already on. This war will start in the time of our Thornbush government. What is the Thornbush government? It's a UN, USA, Britain, Germany, Jesuit, Jewish puppet government in South Africa. So we must understand the CIA, MI6 and the Mossad are very busy with the training and destabilization of South Africa. There was in the last few days, in the last day or two, I will look up, but I saw the report. It was in a Jewish newspaper where they say that Africa must be fragmented and it must start with South Africa. So they are in this is a job that they are busy with. So CIA and MI6 are busy training the Sotho's and the Zulus. The CIA is very busy with the Zulus, training them as a proxy army in the Zulu Trust lands to overthrow the ANC government. This God showed me a few years back, a few times. Before we will see this revolution in South Africa, we will see the arrest of leaders and watchers on the wall of the Boer people. Me, myself also. We will also see the murder of a well-known Zulu leader, and you yourself saw it. It will blow up this civil war into a state that the world has never seen, a situation that the world has never seen. Remember, there's 80 million people here, and only a few of them are white. Whites all over the world will sit up and take notice. In this time, USA, Britain, UN will send troops to restore law and order. They will put a new pro-NATO puppet government, and they will implement the QR code and the beast system. Now, our prophet Nicolaas van Rensburg saw that under the Thornbush government, our white men will be drafted for this war. We will be a colony of Britain, functioning under the crown, like New Zealand and Australia and Canada. I think it was you who saw a name change coming for Southern Africa. It will be under the Thornbush government. Those white men that can't or won't fight will be sent to Australian intern camps, the CS said. Some who fight the system will be imprisoned. The CS said in that time, our women and children will be in huge danger. He also saw the Boer camps in the Northern Cape. He said it will be safe places. I saw that the USA will help with food and more in the Northern Cape. I can't tell more about this. Close to that time, things will be clear and I will be able to tell more. The CS said our men are sent to Egypt on behalf of Britain. It happened in both world wars, so it's not a new thing. The pattern stays the same because it works so well for the elites. He says, USA intervenes, stand up against British plans, and there is a very important reason for that, which I will explain a bit later. In this time, Jan de Villiers saw Iran destroy Damascus. Now, that is part of Bible prophecy, and it's a very important marker. And the only reason I can see for the destruction of Damascus by Iran is because Damascus will already be in the hands of the Jewish state. So when they take over Syria, and they are going to do this with the help of the USA, the big snowball is rolling and nothing is going to stop it. Both the USA and the Jewish state are locked into this path. They are going to take much of Lebanon, maybe all of it, and they are going to reroute all the people fleeing from Lebanon and Syria into Turkey. This will become a huge problem for Turkey to look after all these displaced people. Now, they already have displaced people there, at least 1 million or more, because of the wars in the Middle East. So they made the wars in the Middle East, they made Turkey's problem. Now, Turkey must keep these people with him. And we are going to see a conflict between Turkey and Europe because of these people fleeing to Turkey because of all the Jewish and USA wars in the Middle East. And when Turkey opens those gates, oh man. Now let's read further. So these refugees are going to become a huge problem for Turkey, and Turkey is going to become very aggressive towards Europe because of these wars that nobody wants to stop in the Middle East along the Jewish state, allowing the Jewish state to do as it pleases. This will put enormous economic stress on Turkey, and Turkey will tell Europe, open your borders. They will let millions and millions of these Middle Eastern refugees flee into Europe. Jan de Villiers saw a new apartheid system coming to Europe, but it won't be called apartheid. But it will be enforced by a control system for everyone, migrants, illegals, legals, etc. He says this flood of migrants coming from Turkey will be a huge crisis for Europe. He sees that they are being shot climbing over gates and the fences. So at the border post, they are going to shoot on these refugees. Because it's all about destabilizing Europe as well. Destabilizing Turkey and then destabilizing Europe. The troubles of Jacob. Now, the destruction of Damascus is also the beginning of the destruction of Ephraim, thus Britain and Europe, says the Bible. I also explain this a bit later. One of the main aims of these wars in the Middle East is to overflow the white Western nations with non-white refugees who are angry, mostly Muslim, and culturally totally different from the Europeans. It's to make Europe unsafe, to change Europe to a mixed race, to end Christianity, to destabilize the white Western world. And when a third world war breaks out and Russia runs over Europe, it will not only be Europe fighting for their borders, but also civil wars within, race wars. And that is why the Bible calls it Jacob's troubles. The white Western world are the Israel of the Bible. Israel became nations with royal houses. Edom wants to destroy that. It hates Jacob. Europe is going to become very strict, very harsh about refugees. People with papers and people without papers will be treated very differently. And then this time they are going to implement the system we call the B system, where they will use the QR codes, digital identities and tracking technology. This will overflow to the USA. Jan de Villiers saw those people that deny the system and the next jabs and the digital IDs will become outcast, living outside the cities as homeless and drifters. Now I want to explain to you the following. This Greater Israel Plan. Now this Greater Israel Plan does not have 10 years to unfold. They don't have the time to take this gently. They don't. They need to fulfill it as soon as possible, at least in the next 18 months. And the reason for this is something that was explained by Simon Rocha. I will put the link in the description. He went and studied what the Jewish rabbis said in Hebrew to their own people that we do not hear and do not understand. And what they are saying is this: they believe the Messiah is going to return in October 2027, more or less in that time frame. But before that can happen, they must have this huge area from the Nile to the Euphrates under their control. If you look at the map, that means the Suez Canal, it means a huge part of Saudi Arabia, it means part of Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, and even a small part of Turkey. And they want Cyprus as well. And they want this Jewish war machine with the help of the USA because they cannot do it without the USA. They want to complete the Greater Israel project before their Messiah can arrive. So to them, it's a religious thing. According to their rabbis, he's going to arrive in 2027. Now, something is arriving, yes, but it's not the Messiah. It's the great planet that will come and bring destruction to of the Babylonian system, as 2 Peter 3 tells us about Revelation 6, Isaiah 13. God will send the destruction to the earth and its systems from outside the earth. We will not be able to divert it or change. And yes, people will survive, says the Bible, but we will be few. Between the nuclear bombs, the missiles, the famine, the viruses, and then God's destruction, only a few will survive. Only safe places for whites will be Southern Africa. The rest of the white Western world will become an Islamic caliphate. But I think that you also saw. So the above also falls within this 3-year prophecy. Now let us get back to this war in the Middle East. We have a problem. The Greater Israel Project and the problem with the Straits of Hormuz, where the oil cannot flow. So we are going to see huge oil and gas problems in the West very soon. And then there are these fertilizers shortages for agriculture, for crops, for food production. And we are going to see the dollar tank, the collapse of the US dollar. And in that time, they will transition into a new system, a QR system, a central bank digital currency, something like that. It's all part of the big plan, the Palantir, flock cameras, and social credit score system that the Jews has planned for us. Now, in this time, and this is going to happen very soon, the Greater Israel Plan cannot stop. They are locked into it, but they have a problem all over the world, but especially in Europe. There are resistance. Spain is at the forefront of actions against the Jewish state, and it has a stronghold on some of the other European states. So what is the plan with Spain? And this has everything to do with the fact that this stronghold against the Jewish state is forming from the Vatican. It's coming from Rome. The alliances of Rome are pushing against the Jewish state because the Jewish state want to become the world dominant power with their false priesthood and their false temple, the center of their empire. Thus 2 false priesthoods against each other. The war on the beast of Revelation 17 is the Jewish state. But the beast who had the deadly wound but is healed, according to Revelation 13, is the Catholic Church. Now, in these 3 years, we see 10 nations come together with the Vatican as the hidden hand, and they will totally destroy the Jewish state as Revelations has prophesied. And a lot of this will have to do with the Samson doctrine of the Jewish state, according where they can destroy the earth and every nation on earth with their nuclear weapons and their bombs, etc., if they see the Jewish state will not survive. It's a question like, if we cannot survive, well, we will make the earth a nuclear hell, a desert where no one can live. And just today, I took screenshots of prominent Jews that gives this warning threat to the Western nations. So, the other one that said it last year was Jonathan Pollard. And you should remember Jonathan Pollard. He was an American Jewish spy that sold USA's military secrets to, he gave it to the Jewish state, who sold it to the Russians. So, and he was also one that said, we are not going to ask for weapons. If they cut off our weapons, well, we will bomb them. He said that. Let us back up. We have this problem. The Jewish state sees that public opinion is turning against them. The tide is turning. The propaganda does not work anymore. And they are not going to sit back and accept it. So what we are going to see, and this is something I saw very clearly, is that they are going to move towards destabilizing Spain, and it will be done with the help of Mossad, the CIA, and MI6. So between the Jewish state, Britain, and the USA, they will destabilize Spain, because Spain is becoming a problem for the Jewish state. Spain is taking many countries with it in this action, turning public opinion against the Jewish state, calling for Europe to cut trade with the Jewish state, to stop all weapons going to the Jewish state, to stop funding them, and the Jewish state cannot afford that. So what are they going to do? They are going to destabilize Spain, and they are going to do it through a very huge terrorist attack against the Spanish king. I saw the Spanish king being shot. Spain will be pushed in a civil war like in the late 1930s, with communism wanting to take over. I had a very clear dream about this 3 years ago. I've put it on my channel in Afrikaans and English, with the idea to put out a warning for those people in Spain. I do not like to be the bearer of bad news, but unfortunately I am. Most of the time, I'm the bearer of bad news. So we are going to see this crisis in Spain. It's going to come together with another 1967 war in the Middle East. We are almost there. We are almost seeing a second 1967 war. This is fast becoming a regional war, with the Straits of Bab el-Mandeb being closed, which means the sea route around South Africa will become very important. Britain, USA, and the Jewish state will use a bloody race war to get rid of the ANC and put in their own puppet government. So anyone who thinks there's going to be peace in the Middle East, or a 7-year peace, or a 3.5-year peace, or that they are going to build the third temple, has no idea what's really going on. They do not understand reality, because it's not going to happen. It's a Schofield Bible lie. Unfortunately, most people are so brainwashed they don't understand Bible prophecy. The idea of them building a third temple, it will not happen. There may be a big chance of them attacking or exploding the Al-Aqsa Mosque, which will make the entire Muslim world, all the Muslim nations, very, very angry. It will be like pouring oil on fire. It will become much worse. Another big lie is that it's the return of Jesus soon, or that we need to wait for the rapture. There's no rapture in Revelations, and no return of Jesus for at least now. The return of Jesus is a few hundred years in the future. And the reason people believe that it's the return of Jesus now, that it's in the next 7 years or 2030 or somewhere there, is because of the Schofield Bible lie. They have told the Jewish state they have been told that the Jewish state of 1948 is the restoration of Israel. Now that is a lie. The Jews are Edom. True Israel is the white Western nations. And now the troubles of And now we see the troubles of Jacob, meaning the Third World War and the flooding of the white nations that will ultimately destroy them. We are well on our way to an Islamic caliphate all over the previously white West. And in this time, God will restore the remnant of Israel in southern Africa. It will the only white country be left in the world. By then, all these lies will have been revealed. Now, according to Jan de Villiers, we will see Japan fall economically first, and from there the USA will fall, and then Europe will fall. So it's first Japan, then the USA, then Europe, and according to what I've seen, it will be Japan, Australia, the USA, and then Europe. And this time we will also see a war in Azerbaijan. It's something Jan de Villiers saw, and I think this has everything to do with destabilizing countries on the border of Iran. He saw that in that time, while they are having a war in Azerbaijan, and I do not know between whom, I just know there will be a war, this Azerbaijani currency will be stronger than the South African rand, while we at that stage will not yet be in a war or a civil war. So we are going to see them putting a new government in Turkey, a puppet government, but that government will not stand. Russia will come through Turkey. There will be a huge destruction, and Russia will take over Turkey, and it will take over Iran's military, which is one of the biggest militaries in the world. I think the other big one is Pakistan. Now, like I said, it will be Turkey first, and the next war after Turkey will be Egypt, and it is all about the Suez Canal. It might be more than that, but let us say it's about the Suez Canal and the surrounding area. Jan de Villiers saw that Pakistan and Bangladesh will go to Libya with a huge army to do war in Egypt and the Suez Canal. I saw that India will bring an army to the Middle East. This war in Egypt was described very clearly by our prophet here, Nicolaas van Rensburg. He said that in that time there will be a draft, and that draft will be all over the world. They already are talking about this. In South Africa, the draft will be for all white men, and those who cannot be drafted, the sick, the unwilling, they will be sent to intern camps in Australia. They will be sent away out of the country, leaving our women and children in a very bad situation because of the black population that will be left here. And we will sit in that time with what we call the Thornbush government, a government that came to power with the help of USA, Britain, Germany, the Roman Catholic Church, and the Jews. But then something important changed. And this all has to do with Russia taking Turkey and moving into Palestine. Nicolaas van Rensburg said that during the Thornbush government, he sees that Britain in secrecy negotiate with Russia and give Russia important US military secrets in return for Russia not attacking Britain. But God showed me it will also be the Jewish state that will sell the USA out to the Russians. Now we know that the Jewish state has a history of selling USA military secrets to Russia and India, Russia and China, sorry. Nicolaas van Rensburg said the USA don't trust Britain. We already see the rift between the British and the USA, and they will find out about the selling of USA military secrets to Russia. Then they will pull out of the Thornbush government, and they will take Germany with them. So the USA and Germany will pull out of the Thornbush government, and it will only be those two in the alliance. The Europe don't mean much, maybe France, but they don't mean much. They've got this internal civil crisis. So Britain and the Jewish state in alliance together, really against the USA, negotiating with Russia, selling secrets to Russia. And it's in this time that we will see the USA fighting against Britain in Egypt and win. We will also see the USA breaks its alliance with the Jewish state, and this will be the beginning of the end for them. Almost finished. Now, this selling out of the USA by Britain and the Jewish state will not save them from destruction by Russia. Jan de Villiers saw how Russian missile hits London, and in another vision he saw there's firebombs exploding all over Britain. He says by the end of the war, it will be mostly Muslims that survive. Now, in this time, we have this problem in South Africa, and we already see it. We have the CIA, MI6, the United States, Britain, and I believe Jewish involvement and I believe Ukrainian involvement, all active in South Africa. The goal is to lift the ANC government out of power and put in a puppet government in its place. Okay. And it's all about the sea roots and the minerals. I made a long video and long audio for WhatsApp, and where I looked at these problems of the USA with Angola and the DRC. Now, the USA is busy with the colonization of Africa. We already see it with the Lobito corridor, the one that goes from Angola to the DRC into Middle Africa. And we have seen that they want to put up a paramilitary army with the help of the CIA and the Pentagon in the DRC. It was a news report a few months ago. It was in the news. The reason for this is they want to push out China and take those rare earth mineral mines, because China has cut the USA off from the rare earth mineral market. Like I said, I've done quite extensive audio on this. And what we will see in this time, when they are going to have this, we have this huge revolution in South Africa, which we already see moving, is that the Zulus, those that are trained, they will start this revolution here in Natal. Let me see. And we are going to see a great slaughter of black and white in South Africa. It will become a race war, just as our prophet Nicolaas van Rensburg prophesied. And Nathan, you also saw the slaughter in KwaZulu-Natal on occasion. And that is one of the huge reasons why the whites of South Africa, those who see this coming, who are not asleep, who are awake, must be part of Suidlanders organization, so that they can move out of the fires and out of the killing zones to a safe place in the Northern Cape, where we can look after our own refugees according to the Geneva Convention. Because if we do not look after our own refugees, the USA, the UN and the British will. And the last time the British looked after our refugees, they killed 33,000 of them during the Anglo-Boer War between 1899 and 1902. We cannot do this again. We learned from experience. We have seen it in history. So when this war comes, and it will come sooner or later, we will have to move our refugees to the Northern Cape. Now, this race war will be worse than the Rwanda genocide of, is it 1993? Our prophet Nicolaas van Rensburg said that this slaughter of whites in South Africa will make the white Western world sit upright. Whites all over the world will pay attention, and they will see that what is happening. The scales will fall from their eyes, and they will start to understand that they are in huge danger, and it's not going to get better. We will be the first. They will see this race war in our country first, but then it will spread to Europe, to Britain, all over, and we will see it also in the USA. And this time they will bring in the UN troops. I think USA troops will be here, British, and so on. The British troops will be here to make sure that the Boers do not take over this government in a time of chaos. That is why the British troops are here, to keep the ANC in power until they can put in their puppet government. Okay, let's see. In this time, we will see a crisis in Angola, and it looks like China is going to take the northern part of Angola. And according to Jan de Villiers, the Angola elites, those who govern, will flee. He sees them coming to SA in small planes, because it is a puppet government, a USA puppet government in Angola at this stage, and that government is going to fall. I'm not sure if it will be by the hand of the Chinese or the USA or someone else, but I think it will be by the hand of the Chinese. Maybe the Russians, I'm not sure. But it will become a problem for the USA. Jan de Villiers saw very clearly, he had a vision about how USA troops come in from Cape Town and go up. It looks like they are going up through the Northern Cape, but I'm not sure if they are going up through Namibia or through Botswana to Angola. I'm not sure about that, because the Namibian government is not pro-USA. I'm not sure how strong the hold is that the CIA and the US government has on the Namibian government. But anyway, he sees that this US troops are sent up to Angola, and I've seen it myself. They will go up into Angola, and I think they are going to try to dismantle the Lobito corridor infrastructure, because they are going to be pushed out of Middle Africa, out of the DRC, and I think that is what we are going to see. We are going to see these proxy wars there, and US soldiers will be sent in to try and hold their ground. Now, according to Jan de Villiers, the Russians and the USA soldiers will have their first military contact in the Central African Republic. But for what reason? I do not know, and he does not know. So this is something that we are going to see. It must surely be maybe about this rare earth minerals. We are going to see the USA troops coming in, and it will not be under the ANC government. It will be, I think, under the Thornbush government, the next puppet government, the NATO puppet government. We will see these soldiers coming in and moving north. Now, according to Jan de Villiers, the USA is going to try to do something bigger, a greater Israel, a greater USA, which means they are going to try to take Canada. I'm not sure precisely how. And Greenland. They are going to try to insert themselves into parts of Africa, as well as into southern Africa. And that is what we are going to see. They wanted to take the whole Western Hemisphere and be in charge of the oil and the gas, especially to be the only one that sells oil and gas in petrodollars. It's about propping up the petrodollar. It's also about the economics, keeping the USA afloat because of the huge debt the USA has. But the USA cannot be saved. I think that is the most important thing we need to understand. And it all has to do with the prophecy of Daniel and the prophecy of Revelation 13. In short, that statue of Daniel 2 with the many kingdoms are precisely the same vision as the beast with the 7 heads of Revelation 13. And we read about an 8th head in Revelation 17. Those heads are the superpowers that rules the earth from the time the whole of Israel was dispersed. They are Babylon, Media and Persia, Greece with Alexander the Great, the 4th beast that destroys everything, namely the Roman Empire, that changed to the papacy and the Vatican Empire. They ruled for 1,260 years, from 538 AD to 1798 AD. Britain took over, then the USA, who ruled from 1918 to 1989, and then the USA from 1919. And according to Revelation 17, the USA is the 7th head, will rule a short time. And as we can see, we are almost at the end of that rule. The Third World War will completely destroy, and according to the prophecy of 2nd Esdras 12, it will be, So the Third World War will completely destroy the USA. And according to the prophecy of 2nd Esdras 12, it's an apocryphy book, which is in the Latin Vulgate, but it's one that you need to read. It will be broke into 4 parts and be a very unruly and chaotic kingdom. So the USA, as it is now, will not survive. And you will get this huge influx of non-whites and Islamic people, Muslims. So the time that you are the majority there, white people, it will change very, very soon. And it will change with this war. And that is why whites must move to South Africa. The remnant must come to South Africa. And that is what the Bible tells us. Now, after this, then the 8th head will take over, which is part of the Gog and the Magog. This Islamic caliphate, which will be ruled by fallen angels, Revelation 12 and Revelation 9 tells us about this return in detail. They will, however, not rule over Southern Africa, the only white country left. So we see 2 major kingdoms coming in the future. We see the Southern African kingdom, which is the restoration of Israel. And then we see the Gog and the Magog kingdom over the rest of the world. The regime change coming from South Africa is the beginning of the end as we know it. If I had to make a guess, the Thornbush government will not rule more than a year. I think it will be less. But in that time, we will see them implement the beast system here. First by QR code. Out of the chaos of a bloody revolution, they will try to bring a new world order. And the social credit score, we will also see the outbreak of Marburg here in SA in that time. Marburg is family of the Ebola virus, but it's much, much more deadly. This will get out of hand and spread to the USA. The above I saw myself in 2 different visions. It's in this time we will see the prophecy of the Spanish professor Damien Galeran. I will put a link in the description. It's a very, very important video to watch. Brandon Biggs talks about 300 million people that will die. And it will be because of this one, this Marburg. The Thornbush government will go down the drain after the USA and the Germany pulls out. Britain loses the war in Egypt and the USA turns against them, cut them off militarily and financially. Nicolaas van Rensburg saw the USA as a big bird gobbling up Britain, which is the small bird. And this will be the end of Britain as we know it. We are going to see a famine in Britain, civil war, as the Muslims take over. Britain is Ephraim of the Bible prophecies. So in the time of when Damascus will be destroyed by Iran, we will see also Britain being destroyed by Russia. Jan de Villiers saw it's Iran that will destroy Damascus. It must be in a time that the Jewish state have conquered large parts of Syria and Damascus. I can't think of another reason. About Britain, Jan de Villiers saw that the white women and children, especially the women, were put in camps that were run by Muslims, by Muslim authorities, by Muslim policemen in Britain. It were camps of mass abuse and rape. The white men of Britain will be sent to war by that time. Jan de Villiers also saw that it's because Britain shelves the common law and Magna Carta and take on the beast system that God orders a destruction. And this information is already out there. I saw a TikTok video on it recently, and it was also on Redacted about a year ago. They spoke about how these migrants, military-age men, coming into Britain are being trained and handed weapons while the rest of the population does not have any weapons. The whole idea is to turn Britain over to be a Muslim caliphate, a Muslim authority. We are going to see it. In that time, white British men will be called up to fight for Britain in wars in South Africa, Egypt, Ukraine, and those who are left behind is the migrant military-age men with weapons. It's going to be so traumatic. According to our prophet Nicolaas van Rensburg, we will see British troops being sent to Ukraine to help there as well. First to France because of a civil war there, and then to Eastern Europe. Now for us in South Africa, that is a marker because it's the time when we will see our revolution coming into play. All these problems must have to do with oil and gas shortages going into winter 2026 in Europe. That's the only thing that I can think that will do such a destabilization that we will see some sort of a civil war start in France. Something that ties in with Britain becoming part of the theatre of the Third World War is that shortly after the terrorist attack on the Spanish Royal House, we will also see a terrorist attack on the British Royal House. And that I've seen personally quite a few times. A very prominent member of the royal family will die. It will be like a funeral the size of Princess Diana, and the whole of Britain and the whole of the world will mourn. The whole reason for this attack against the royal house is to unify the common people. Now, I think it's an inside job. But like 9/11, we have not been very pro-royal since Charles took over the king. So the common people don't like Charles, and they are fed up with the system. The British population does not want to be drafted. They do not want to send their sons and daughters to this world war. They will have to be motivated, and the best way to motivate them is to give them a second 9/11. An attack so bad that it unifies the British population. And just after that, we will see how Britain moves onto the world stage with a huge training of cannon fodder, British cannon fodder for this war, this Third World War. In this time, we will see the British government working with the ANC government to bring British troops to keep the ANC in power. Something else we must see in this time, I'm not sure exactly when, but there have already been warnings about it. Colonel Douglas McGregor, I saw a short video of him speaking about this again, said that Russians have warned that the Ukrainians want to do some sort of false flag attack on a nuclear power station. Ukraine has quite a few of them. The attack will be so bad that it explodes, and we will see a radioactive fallout over at least Eastern Europe, very much like what happened at Chernobyl. Jan de Villiers saw this incident very clearly. Jan de Villiers also saw that Russia is watching the USA weapon conveyor belt to Ukraine and the Jewish state. They are watching the USA giving out her weapons, stockpiles to her proxy armies, and the Russians will use this fact to their benefit. Somewhere in this whole sequence, before Russia moves into Palestine, we will see Russia attack military bases in Europe, possibly Poland and more. I know Brandon Biggs talks about this. Jan de Villiers also talks about this. Russia will strike military centers because NATO keeps providing money, drones, weapons, and whatever else to Ukraine. So Russia is going to strike back. They're going to push Russia to attack, and then we will see a lull in the military activity as if there is some sort of peace coming. But it's only for a short time. And then we will move to the next phase, the war against Turkey and Russia coming through Turkey into Palestine. But in that time, the United States, according to Jan de Villiers, will lie open for Russia to attack it. There will be nothing that America will be able to do. The military will not be able to do anything against a combined attack of Russia and China. I know of other American prophets who saw the same. They even listed different American cities being struck by missiles. The reason is simple. America's weapon stockpiles have been used up over the last 6 years for Ukraine and the Middle East, and I do not think it's by accident, it's by design. According to Jan de Villiers, Russia is using this war of attrition against Ukraine, and I think Russia is also using Iran in a war of attrition against the USA and the Jewish state by using up America's weapon stockpiles. He says he saw it like a conveyor belt running across the Atlantic Ocean from the USA to Ukraine to the Middle East. And now Russia's watching to see when the USA cannot longer keep it up. That will be the time when Russia starts moving, because then there will be no more weapons and the USA will not be able to fight back. Now, whether this will happen under Trump or under the next president, I'm not sure, but I did see very clear, and I saw this in 2024 before he was even elected, is that Trump will be impeached. God showed me 3 times very clearly that he will be impeached and then Trump will be assassinated. He will be impeached and then he will be assassinated, and the people who come to power then will be something like Hillary Clinton, Kamala Harris, and Barack Obama as the hidden hand. And it's under them that we will see the final destruction of the USA. There is this last vision I want to tell you about. It's an American pastor working in Ukraine. He saw this in 2007. He saw USA firing missiles upon Russian troops in Ukraine, and then Russia replies with a lot of missiles on the USA. I'm not sure where this will fit in the above sequence of events I gave you. I thought I will be able to read for you from the visions of Nicolaas van Rensburg, but we can do this on a next video. Like I said, I will put up the links in descriptions, all those that I can remember, with my email address. And please listen to what I have to say to you. This is important, maybe for you to warn your people as well.